Hello, hello, hello. 4 years ago, in 2014, I was 6 weeks in India and I gave 8 lectures at 8 different universities. And the driving force of energy behind that trip, of which the logistics was extremely complicated, that driving force was a student at the University of Goa, and his name is Ayush. I was 10 days in Goa. We became friends. And my talk there was on Pi Day, by the way, March 14. We stayed in contact for all those years. Ayush graduated at Goa, and then he was accepted at a very prestigious university in Sweden. KTH, I think it's called. He's doing his master's degree there. He is now only for the summer in the United States at the University of Michigan doing work also related to his master's degree. And he has several things on his list that he wants to visit in the United States. And I'm so lucky that I happen to be one of them. So he's now my guest for 3 days. We had lengthy discussions about the higher education in India. He also had long discussions about that with my wife. And I thought that what he told me was so interesting that it would be a good thing if he could tell you also about that. So I persuaded him. It took a little bit of persuasion, but he said, okay. Okay, Walter, I will do that. Here is Ayush.
Thank you, Walter, for the wonderful introduction and having me here. It's an honor to be in the same frame with you. I would like to take this opportunity to share my journey with you. I am the first engineer in my family. I grew up in Kolkata and I did my undergraduate in chemical engineering from BITS Pilani, Goa campus. I worked for 2 years at Ultratech Cement as a process engineer before moving to Sweden for my master's. I have completed 1 year of my master's and I am working as a visiting research scholar at University of Michigan, like Walter said. So if you might be wondering, was this easy? Definitely no. Could I have done it better? Yes. If you ask me if I am happy, definitely yes. So what's the point of sharing all this with you? I want to tell you that for a journey, your destination is as important as the path. Why? Because the destination is the main driving force. It's the motivation. It gives you the vision. It tempts you to do whatever it takes to be there. The path is important because it determines how quickly and how comfortably you reach your destination. If being a good engineer is your destination, then getting into IITs is just one of the many ways. Suppose you want to go from Bombay to Goa. You can drive, you can take a train, you can fly, or you can even go on a boat. The options are plenty. But one thing that we should keep in mind is that your destination is Goa. not the car you drive in or the airline you fly with. So, there is no shortcut to success, as your displacement remains the same. Your success solely depends on your attitude and your passion. So, what do you do if you miss your train or bus or flight? Do you sit and cry? Of course not. You take the next available mode of transport. I appeared for JW twice, once in 2010 and in 2011. I could not clear them both the times. I then went to BITS Pilani. But does getting into BITS Pilani make me successful? Of course not. It's what I did there is what got me here. So, just like any other journey, planning is very important. Having completed a part of this journey myself, I can give two really important tips to those who are still preparing for their exams. One common mistake that we often do, even I committed that mistake, was to focus on exams rather than concepts. You see, the Newton's laws are going to remain same whether you study them for your board's examination or JEE or BITSAT or NEET or any exams whatsoever. So, I would say that you focus on learning and understanding the concepts well rather than focusing on too much on your exams. Getting yourself familiar with the exam pattern definitely helps, but that should come after you are prepared for your examinations. The second most common mistake that everyone do, even I did, was to refer multiple books. If you follow more than one book, it can get overwhelming and you will end up not finishing even one. So, stick to one book, any book of your choice, finish it cover to cover. That will take you a long way, trust me. So, to conclude, I can say, have faith and give your best. And never let the pressure of results choke your performance. Thank you.
Wow, that was terrific. Now that I have heard you all these things, told me all these things, I make a prediction. I predict that after your master's degree in Sweden, one of the top universities in the United States will accept you to do a PhD. That's my prediction. However, you have to make me one promise. If you are accepted here, that you visit me often.
Definitely.
Apart from talking about higher education, we did several other things. We went to 2 museums, Western art. And I'd like to think that to some degree I opened his eyes a little further than they already were. For sure I broadened his horizon. Something else we did that may have been new to him. We went on a mushroom hike.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we collected at least a dozen gorgeous Boletos edulis. Tonight we have a dinner at my home in honor of Ayush. And one of the courses, try to guess, Boletos edulis. Have a nice day and let's stay friends.